Hi everyone, and today I am doing my travel tip video. So these are some organizational and just some travel tips which really worked for me and I think might help you. So I've just got what I want to say written down. Okay, so first, Google Drive. Yeah, you share files and you can create documents, but what I really loved is that I could create a custom itinerary or even just like a budget and expenses spreadsheet, and you can share it with your friends and family if you're going on a group holiday or even just for yourself, so you can keep tabs on how much you spend on flights, how much you spend for accommodation, and even just splitting out if you're going with a whole group and you kind of had someone else pay for the flight, then you can see how much it costs per person, how much you need to pay them back, and all that kind of stuff. So budget and expenses. So usually when you go out with people or even day to day, you often just split the bill. When it comes to holidaying, it can be quite stressful, and then splitting the bill in a different language or different country can make things worse. So a really good idea is to have a group budget for food and transport. And so everyone kind of chips in the same amount, equal amount, and then when you go out and you have a shared meal or snack or drink or transport, you just take it from that envelope. And if you guys are running out, then everyone chips in the same equal amount, so you never have to split the bill and transfer money, or it's such a hassle. Accounts book. So what I often find is that even just like a random notebook, just keeping a small book on having the date, what you bought, where it was from, and kind of just keeping all your receipts in an envelope, or just even writing down that day's expenditure. It helps you keep tabs on where your money went and if you're missing any money, so you don't want to realize that, oh my god, that place ripped me off, or where did I lose that $50 from, or $100. You gotta keep tabs on your money, because that $50 could go into like a really good shopping mini spree. Also, remember to exchange money for your stopover or for just the plane ride, especially if you're traveling on a budget airline. They're not going to provide you food. Props to you if you're bringing food with you, or you've bought something at the airport and you're gonna snack on it beforehand. But just having a bit of money just in case is always a good thing. Use leftover foreign currency at the airport, at the duty-free shops, or even just to grab a bite before departing. Luggage. So I know everyone, we have our name tags and our address and phone number, or tying ribbons or bits and pieces to it so we can recognize it. However, why not taking a photo of your luggage or your carry-on luggage? Because sometimes having that, actual piece of evidence, or just having a photo, helps recall a lot better. And you could just show it to the luggage clerks or one of the staff, and they'll be like, oh yeah, I've seen that somewhere, instead of just vaguely describing how it looks, because I'm not sure, some people may have even forgotten the color of their luggage. I don't know, it could happen. So yeah, just having a photo on your phone. So maybe it's just me and paranoia, but putting some of your clothes into your carry-on, because if there's a delay or you lose your luggage or something happens to it, you've still got clothes to wear, and you're not worrying about, oh my god, all my things are stolen, what am I going to do? You have to buy new clothes and things like that. To go the extra step, if you're traveling with other people, have a partner or just go into pairs and put some of your clothing into that person's luggage, or put carry-on or check-in on theirs into yours, because sometimes maybe one person's luggage goes missing, gets stolen, maybe it's all together. But if you have someone still has their carry-on, at least you have some personal effects with them as well. Food. So you often love just wandering around looking for amazing niche eateries, or just going to the street markets or something like that. That's more than fine, but when you're in a huge group, people get hangry, really hangry, and some people get wishy-washy and I don't know, I want this, but I don't want that, but I'm not feeling that. And it's what do you want, people? I'm hungry. So I would research that area you're going to, or that country. You know there are certain foods you want to try, or maybe there's a really well-known local restaurant, or just certain things like that you should visit. Have a backup place, because keep in mind, in that country they may have a public holiday, they may have randomly closed due to their own personal things that happen in their life, or the weather's not that good, or what if they just you come on their closing day. Especially when you come from a foreign country and visiting, you'll be so heartbroken. Like, you might go to a really amazing cheesecake shop and it's closed, and you're like, why did I come here all the way here and it's closed? Have backups. If you go into that area, maybe just look up for a backup restaurant, and you can always visit there if it's closed, or if you're feeling like something else. So look up some places, I would say, the night before, or even when you're planning your itinerary. Keep in mind having the address down, putting the address down, and even just some street directions, because I'm sure other people would have visited this place. So if you can just look it up and they have easy to follow directions, why not just put it down? If you don't have your physical itinerary with you, screen cap it on your phone, so you could just search it up the night before or whatever and screen cap it. So if you didn't bring it with you, or if you've lost it, or somehow you spill coffee on your itinerary, you've still got, like, in a way, a digital copy. And you know what? Sometimes Wi-Fi is really not reliable, because when so many people are using it, you don't get that really high-speed Wi-Fi. The connection's dodgy and everything. But yeah, mindfulness is a big thing. Traveling can be really stressful, and it tests one's patience and tolerance with other people and just stressful situations. Especially when something hasn't gone to plan, or if someone is really upset about something. You have to remember, things don't always happen according to plan, or how the itinerary is organized. And not just you, but everyone is affected. What is important is, don't hold grudges and keep it inside and start being like, oh my god, like, if they didn't do this, we wouldn't have to be stuck here, we wouldn't, be wandering around looking for them. Everyone wants to have a good time on this trip. Not just you, not just all these other people. It's everyone's trip. Try to find a way collectively to move on. If you're feeling unhappy, say, what just happened, I didn't really like what happened just then. I don't like how you approach the situation. How about next time, could we do this instead? So even offering simple suggestions like that. Remember, you have to take things with a grain of salt. Don't feel insulted, because everyone wants to have a good trip, not just you. And people aren't trying to attack you outright. Okay, there are some people, but most of the time, if you travel with them, they have to be at least people you can be civil with or agreeable with your personality. So, for example, with the food as well, I think what's really good is when you come back from a day of traveling, going out, sightseeing, shopping, whatever, when everyone's kind of getting ready to go to bed, preparing for the next day, kind of have like a debrief and say, like, tomorrow, this is what we're planning to do. Is there anything that we need to go back to, or do you guys need to pick up something on the way, or these kind of things, just to make people feel like that your plans are inclusive of theirs. That you might have something planned and the weather doesn't work out, so you guys have to get together and find out, okay, now that the weather isn't that great, or maybe this place is closed, there's some kind of festival on, we have to go somewhere else, we have to do something else. Just having a brief talk the night before, or even just in the morning, or even just during dinner or sometime, it really makes a difference. Which goes to check your weather. Visiting a foreign country, the weather can be maybe quite consistent. If you're unlucky, you go to somewhere and it just randomly starts raining and you're like, we're supposed to go to an amusement park. Trust me, this happened to me. You'll feel so disheartened and heartbroken, because especially if you've traveled quite a long way or you've been building up the anticipation to go to this place. The weather. You're gonna have to move things around and go to another place on a different day. Other things such as portable Wi-Fi, especially if you go to, say, places like Japan, you're going to need extra portable Wi-Fi eggs, little devices, data SIMs or prepaid SIM cards. I know that if you go to an Airbnb accommodation, a lot of the times they do provide you with a free portable Wi-Fi. Remember, there is always a limit. And if you're going with a group, what are you guys using it for? Have you guys said, oh, it's only for emails and just browsing Facebook or something? But remember, like Facebook, they have those videos which automatically play, or even Snapchat, it's gonna use up a lot of data. And because of that, like later on, if you guys are split up, one portable Wi-Fi is not going to be able to meet that demand, especially in a huge area. You're going to need more than one. How are you going to contact each other if you're getting lost, or someone's at the checkout and then you can't contact each other? But like, just meet here at one. What if things like that start to get on people's nerves? So thinking ahead about these things can be really important for down the track. Also, it saves money on roaming. You can just go online now these days and actually just book one to pick up the airports, or even have your Airbnb host help you get one. A large group, for example, could be sharing a single device, which is really inconvenient, and you might want to explore a different area, and everyone has different interests. Especially if you go into like a co-ed group, or if you're with a family, different age groups, everyone's gonna have their own interests. You're going to need extra internet, portable Wi-Fi devices. Accommodation. Take photos of your accommodation before you settle in, because sometimes you may meet a bad or not so nice Airbnb host or just someone, and then they say, after you've left the place, get a message, I found this damage, that damage, and I can't return your deposit. You'll be like, what? That wasn't me. Okay, if it isn't you, you don't have the evidence to back up that it wasn't your fault. It could be someone could have punched a hole into the wall. I don't know if they've been partying or something really did happen, and they just get like a painting or something to hide it. I know a group of people actually went through this and they lost their deposit. It can be really devastating, because it is like say $1,000. So yeah, just take pictures of the place, and it's just kind of like you'd rather be safe than sorry kind of thing. So it really helps in the end if you do come to that kind of predicament. You keep your deposit and you have the evidence saying, you can't accuse me of that, you can't take advantage of me just because I'm staying in a foreign country, or even if you're on a road trip and you're staying at somewhere in another state where these things can happen. But yeah, I think that's all to my travel tips. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see my template, or how I did my budget expenses spreadsheet, and how I kept the accounts of my everyday purchases, like when I went to Japan, Korea, how did I organize in a notebook, that kind of format, or even or how to organize a trip from booking flights to accommodation to from getting transport to and from the airport, or places that you should visit, all those kind of things. Feel free to send me a message. I'll comment in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you again. This is Jess, aka Dutch Cheddars, your weird best friend. Bye.